On the 26th of February 1959, a search party trudged up a remote slope in Russia's Ural Mountains and found something that made no sense. A canvas tent, half buried in snow, cut open from the inside. The 9 hikers who had been sleeping in it were gone. Their boots, their coats, their equipment, all left behind. Whatever drove them out into minus 30 degrees in the middle of the night, it did not give them time to dress. The 9 were students and graduates of the Ural Polytechnic Institute, led by 23-year-old Igor Dyatlov. Every one of them was experienced. This was a grade 3 classification route, the highest difficulty, but the group had the skills for it. They had been seen alive for the last time on the 28th of January in the village of Vyazhai. They had sent no distress signal, they had simply stopped. 5 bodies were found within 1.5 kilometers of the tent. 2, Yuri Doroshenko and Yuri Krivonishenko, were at the edge of a pine forest. Their hands and arms showed third-degree burns as if they had tried to maintain a fire while still conscious. The other 3, Dyatlov, Kolmogorova and Slobodin, were found between the forest and the tent, in poses suggesting they had been crawling back. All 5 had died of hypothermia. The remaining 4 were found on the 4th of May, buried under 4 meters of snow in a ravine 75 meters from the pine tree. Their deaths were different. Nikolai Thibaut Brignol had a fractured skull. Lyudmila Dubinina and Semyon Zolotaryov had multiple broken ribs, injuries consistent with extreme blunt force, with no external wounds to explain them. The forensic examiner noted the injuries resembled those sustained in a car crash, not a fall in snow. Several items of clothing from the second group showed elevated levels of radiation. 2 of the party had worked in environments with radioactive materials, which may explain the contamination. Or may not. The skin of several victims had turned an unusual orange-brown, attributed to weathering. A separate ski group in the same region that February reported seeing luminous orbs moving in the sky above the pass. When investigators in Sverdlovsk requested access to the complete forensic files, they were told the case was classified. In 2020, Russian prosecutors officially closed the case. Their conclusion: an avalanche. A 2021 study published in a peer-reviewed journal supported a slab avalanche mechanism, modelling how a small snow slab could explain the tent damage and some injuries, but significant gaps remain. The footprints leaving the tent showed a normal walking pace, not panic. Experienced mountaineers like Dyatlov and Zolotaryov would not have camped in an avalanche corridor, and no avalanche scar has ever been identified on the slope. The radiation remains difficult to explain. The internal injuries with no external wounds have no fully accepted mechanism. Whatever happened on that slope occurred fast, in the dark, and left 9 experienced people unable to make the most basic decisions about survival. Each theory answers some questions and leaves others open. The avalanche explanation was officially endorsed. Most researchers who have studied the primary evidence remain unconvinced. The Dyatlov Foundation, established by former members of the search party, has never accepted the avalanche explanation. The Soviet-era case files, partially declassified in the 1990s, contain several pages that remain missing to this day. The slope where they died is called Kholat Shakal. In the Mansi language of the region's indigenous people, it means dead mountain. The 9 hikers are buried in Yekaterinburg. The pass is named after Igor Dyatlov. The case remains open.